crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessacouplethingspod, VVS. I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
What's up, guys? It's your sister, jessacouplethingspod. Thank you so much for coming into my Chanel tonight. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, so you could join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's. We finna settle some WAGS to riches things tonight, okay? During Black Women's WAGS to riches night. We are technology been kicking our ass. Technology been kicking our ass tonight. I'm so sorry. I know we said we started at 8, but you know what? Better late than never. Better late and great, right? All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on tonight's 2 special guests. But before we do that, I just want to make things clear, okay? WAGS to Riches has obviously taken all of us by storm. I mean, the entire internet is talking about this show. This show has sparked so many discussions, and we're gonna discuss all the topics that have been the center of the discussions that have been happening online, at the hair salon, in your break room. We're gonna talk about it all, but I just want to set my intention. First and foremost, this is a safe space, okay? I don't call this Black women this, Black women that for nothing. This is a safe space for Black women to have a safe discussion. And it is a discussion that, as far as I'm concerned, the goal is to discuss ways that will heal us all, okay? So please, comment section, please be respectful. I actually was gonna make it members only, but I done lost track of my technology. It's just kicking my ass. Please don't make me regret that. Please don't make me regret that. I always tell y'all when I have guests to be very respectful, and you usually are. And so I'm expecting the same thing from y'all tonight. Is that clear? I want to see people in the comments saying, Jess, we promise to behave. We promise to behave. I want to see that in the comments. Okay, I'm seeing the comment. Keep it cute. We won't. Okay, please be nice, sisters. Okay, period. Somebody just said we'll be good. Okay, yes, ma'am. Exactly. I need the comments to be respectful. Okay. And again, we're creating a safe space for these ladies to come forward and talk. All right. And talk things through, answer your questions, give more context to some of the stuff that happened on the show. Also, y'all, we're going to address certain topics, but I just want to make something else clear. Some of y'all don't know this. Some of y'all do. I once was a reality television, I'm not going to say star, but I did reality television. And that is why I have such a soft space, such a soft heart for Black women who do reality television, whether it is dating, whether it is, a day in the life when we're following them around, right? I was not perfect on that show, all right? I threw a bottle, okay? Some of y'all know my history, some of y'all don't, all right? And so I'm not perfect. So this is not a holier than thou moment, but this is a moment where I feel like I have more of an understanding for these ladies, and I want you all to have the same understanding for them as well. That's why I want to create a safe space where we can all have discussions about what happened on this show. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? All right. Another intention of mine is I want to see a season 2. I want to see a season 2. This is their first season. Lessons are being learned in front of the entire world, right? I want us to look at these ladies. Yes, we can hold them accountable. We can say, hey, this happened, that happened. I ain't like that. but that doesn't mean that it's over and they just get ostracized. No, this is a learning opportunity. All right. So we listen and we learn. Is that clear? Okay. Just want to make that perfectly clear. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and I want to bring on a woman who this is not her first time on a show on Netflix. We do know her from Selling Tampa. She is the CEO of Allure Realty. Okay, she is a veteran. She is a creator, in my opinion. She's gonna say she's not, but in my opinion, she's a creator. It takes someone who has the mindset of a creator to be able to get 2 shows on Netflix. All right, just want to make that clear. It is a very hard time to get shows greenlit, specifically on Netflix. And Sharelle Rosado has 2. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring Sharelle Rosado to the stage.
Hey, Jessie. Girl, that song is a hit.
Oh, you like it?
I love it. Yes. I was downloading it now on my phone, girl.
Oh, period. I love it. How are you feeling? How are you today?
You know what? I feel good. It was a little rocky. I felt like I had to fight battles, when the show first came out, trying to, fight because I know who I am as a woman, but I'm better. I'm in a better space today.
Good. So before we get into the show, before we get Stoni in here as well, I want to just talk about what the goal of the show is. A show like WAGS to Riches. What is the goal? What did you want to see on the show? And what did you wish we saw that we didn't get to see?
I honestly, as far as us women, I wish we would have dived deeper in the business perspective, less cattiness, more business, because at the end of the day, we're all successful business women. No matter if we have differences or not, we need to show what we do and not ride behind our either fiance, boyfriend, whoever it is, coattail. So that's what I wanted to really deep dive on in. Mm-hmm. And it did. Once watching it, we didn't really see a lot of that.
But
and the things that we did see, I felt like it was overpowered with, our differences.
But we still have to give kudos to all of you ladies because although, yes, there was a lot of mess on the show, we did see, the girlies get into it. We did see bits and pieces of the girlies' lives. We saw pregnancy, we saw partnerships at Alexander Wang, benefiting veterans. Yeah. We saw, I can't remember what the brand is. Bad bitch.
Good mom. I love that.
Yes.
I love that brand.
Yes. So, we did see some nuances to the ladies. And I think, it's the first season. Sometimes the first season does focus more on, I guess, the drama. It is entertaining. It is entertaining. It might not feel good as far as like in the comment section, but we can't lie and say it's not entertaining. It is a very entertaining show. And so I think that I want a season 2. I've told you this off camera. I've told you this on camera. I want a season 2. I think that you and I, we had a conversation, which, will air tomorrow. But I think that, like you said, there were a lot of things that people don't understand. And I think tonight is going to be a good chance for us to dissect that. So a big topic of the show is the topic of colorism, right? And at the center of that, you do have you and Stoni. And I just want to know, do you wish that you could have handled things just differently before we bring?
Definitely. And when you're filming, you want to hit key points because you're filming.
Mhm.
There were more things discussed and said that explain, why I wasn't dealing with Stoni. But of course, when you have, sometimes I come off too direct. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's just like, but of course, we go to the extreme because it's TV. We're making a TV show, so of course there could have been a better situation. But at that moment, everyone was speaking in regards to who Stoni was and why different people don't deal with her. And my reasons were not a sex tape.
Mhm. Mhm.
The
Mhm.
main reason was not a sex tape.
Right. And so we'll get to that later on. But how do you feel about just the colorism, statements? Like, I just want to know, where do you stand when it comes to colorism? Do you understand why people are calling
Of
that out?
course,
And, where do you stand when it comes to that topic?
I don't tolerate it. I feel like other platforms have, they made it easy for when two black women go at it to say colorism. If you have a light skin, like I stated before, we come in all different shades of color. If two white women are going at it, you don't throw any of those words out because they're the same shade. But us, it's hard because you have a light skin and a dark skin going at it, and now it's automatically, oh, you don't like her because she's dark skinned. That's not true. Um, we respect each other at the end of the day. I would never call Stoni like color shaming her or calling her an animal or any of that, and vice versa. I feel like we can have arguments and they can be respectful, or we can say things. We may call each other out our name, but at the end of the day, we will not disrespect when it comes to our color.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't.
And how do you feel about women who are watching it? Like, what do you want to tell women who are watching the show and say, well, looking at the show, it does feel like, the darker girl is kind of like
Yeah, of
ostracized.
course.
What do you say to those women who are watching the show?
I just the main thing is it sucks because Sony is a beautiful brown skinned woman. Let's put that out there clear. Um, we just had our differences, and I can't help because of how of our colors how we got into it. But by far, I'm a woman's woman first. I don't even look at color when it comes to anything. Um, I respect like my brokerage is full of different shades of color. Color is out of it because I was picked on as being a light skinned child. I know how it feels. My kids are picked on. My mom was picked on as being a dark skinned woman going to an all white school. So I I have no tolerance for it, and it's not just color. It's just anything bullying and all that. I don't have tolerance for it.
Okay, good, good, good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get Stoni on the show. Let me see. She's having Lord Stoni.
We need somebody to go over there to insta tea.
Stoni, what is happening? Are you there, Stoni? I see she's trying to flip her camera, but it's okay if you have your camera the way, like, it's okay if you have it like normal.
Okay, can you hear
Okay.
me? No. So
Perfect.
no, I was trying to put my hi guys. Hi Jesse. Hi Sharelle.
Hey,
No, my
Stoni.
phone keeps ringing. I'm trying to put it on do not disturb because
Okay.
Don't even
it's a
say it, because
glitch.
it's gonna get even more
Oh, yeah, I
crazy.
already know.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
hi ladies, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm amazingly blessed, blessed and highly favored.
How are you feeling, Stoni? Post the show. I mean, Sharelle has done television before. Is this your
Yes.
first time on a reality television show?
This is my very first time.
So, how was the experience shooting this, and how do you feel post the show?
Um, it was nerve-wracking but fun. I learned a lot. And it was a great experience. And I'm ready for more. I mean, I was hella nervous because I just did not know what to expect. I didn't know, what I had to learn going into it. And I will say, Sharelle taught me this. Um, it's a business. I come off very like if I meet someone, I want to hug you versus handshake. You know, I'm a hugger because I'm a lover. So I went in it like, oh, okay. I'm gonna, like we're gonna meet and we're gonna just get along because I'm just very bubbly and I'm easy to get along with. And then that didn't happen. So, but outside of me and the ladies having a little friction, the experience was amazing. Like I said, I was very nervous and scared because what I do know about TV, although I have never done it before, the
Mm-hmm.
editing. And that's why, I guess we're here because a lot was edited out and, things of that nature. Like Sharelle said earlier, there were a lot of things that you guys did not get a chance to see about all of us. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think that sucks. But overall, yeah. And I didn't feel just to I know it's you probably gonna ask me, you're gonna get to that, but I didn't feel colorism on the set at all. I did not feel like, oh, I'm the only dark, because I mean Sade is dark skinned. Sade is, another dark skin, but I think it gets overlooked because she's just drop dead gorgeous. Like she's just like, very
So are you? So
young
are
and,
you?
and
Wait a
great.
minute. So
Yeah.
are you?
All the ladies are
Yes.
beautiful.
So I
You're
think it just kind of got overlooked, but yeah, I didn't feel any colorism towards me or on set. I mean, so yeah.
Well, let's before we get into all the happenings of set, I want to
Right.
ask both of y'all a question, and
Oh, goodness.
this is just me just being a tad messy. There is a
Okay.
certain woman who is online who has not stopped talking about Stoni since this show premiered. She has also
Oh,
mentioned that Sharelle, if you want her to come on, you would be paying her a booking fee.
I ain't paying nobody no booking fee, baby.
Who is this lady we're talking about? Who is this? Who is this? Okay.
The we know her as Yanti, and she has expressed, I guess, maybe some interest of coming on the show. Is that possible? Does she sell homes? Would Allure Royalty have space for Tia Kemp?
Let me make this point clear. I don't do hiring, I don't do casting, I don't do anything. I have no say so over who comes on the show, who has editing rights, and Sony can attest to this. I don't have any say so over the storylines, anything. So I can't answer that, and Sony can't answer that.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
So the answer is no, Tia. All right, let's move on. So so let's move on. So let's talk. I'm sorry. Did you say
Are
something?
you? I think
No.
what you was gonna get at, what I don't like is, because I did see this. Tia did make a comment saying that I invited her. I never invited her, and I reached out to her to clear that up. But what
Oh,
I
so
don't like,
you never invited her.
no, I never invited Tia. Never.
Oh,
No.
okay. Okay.
What I don't like is, you know, if you are a brown skinned woman, you can say the meanest things, and people. Because we were in a blog together, and I just sat there and read the comments, and I'm like, people are like just praising this woman, praising her for the things she's saying, but it's like criticizing me. Like we're our own biggest hypocrites. It's not right whether you light skin, dark skin. It's just not right, and I didn't like that.
You're talking about Tia.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure what she said. I mean, I know she does throw insults a lot.
Lies.
Yeah. So I think I think the thing with her is people are just so used to, sometimes when you just already have a way of speaking, people already have low expectations of you. And so that's why they're not going to criticize her like they criticize you. That's just how I see that. And so we'll move along to you. They said, you can't come on. All right, move on. We ain't paying your booking fee. Let's move on. Okay. So before we even get into the cast too, Stoni, I feel like I've never met you personally before, but you have been in the boutique game for a minute, because I've seen folks either wear your stuff, or I've seen maybe like reels of people at your boutique. I just feel like I've seen you before.
Okay.
I feel like on the show, you did play yourself very small. Now, there was a lot of criticism. There was criticism from, other cast members, but I do feel like yourself. Do you feel like you played yourself kind of small? Because like you've been in the game for a minute. So why did you?
I
Yeah.
have. The thing about it is, I didn't take it as I didn't go as hard as I should have when I
Mhm.
first got in the boutique industry because initially this was a pivot for me. I was working on developing salon suites, and I
Okay.
had grabbed I grabbed two plaza locations at the same time, also with
Oh,
my settlement money. So what happened is
okay.
I liquidated a lot of my money trying to build out myself instead of reaching out to investors, instead of gathering investors or going to the bank and letting my money be leverage for me versus just liquidating my money and spending my money. So this was a pivot. I pivoted to boutique because I was like, okay, this doesn't seem like it's gonna work out just yet.
Yeah.
So let me pivot. And when I did that, I did not take it very serious. So I think
Okay.
that's probably why you saw me downplay me, or like it looked like I downplayed, my boutique, because I feel like now I'm kind of like, okay, now I get it. Now I'm understanding. Now I'm, taking it more serious and going harder like I should have went when I first got in the industry, because I've been selling clothes since I was 17, honestly. But yeah, it just didn't, come across that way like I've been in the industry so, yeah, so long, but I have, yes.
Yeah. So where is Insta Boutique? What is Insta Boutique doing? What do you see yourself doing with the
So
clothing?
it's actually Instatique. So it's just
I'm
like
sorry. I'm
it's
sorry. I'm
like
sorry.
so it's it's like Instagram, half Instagram, half of boutique. So I put
Yeah,
it together because
that's clever.
initially my idea was to um I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give my business idea away, and I don't
Mhm.
want somebody else to like, oh,
Don't
I
don't.
can't. I beat her
Yeah,
to the punch. But initially, it was piggybacking off of Instagram, and I was going to gather, like, a lot of influencers and people who were big on Instagram, who made themselves big from being on reality shows or being on movies or whatever, and just gathering them together and making my brand piggybacking off of that. So yeah, where I'm at now, thriving. Sales are skyrocketing up.
Yeah.
Moving is in play because now I
Good.
need a bigger location because things are happening very rapidly. God be the glory, and I am happy and blessed, and I can't even I've been crying ever since the premiere. Like honestly, like because I literally about to give up. Like honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Right
Oh,
now, if you go on Craigslist, I was over it. If you go on Craigslist right now, I post. I was like, I'm selling it all. Just come by. Just come take the business. You can take the Instagram page. You can take all this shit in the storage, my boutique at the house, and just take it for a flat rate and let me wipe my hands. And I was just gonna start over and rebrand my own clothing because right now I buy wholesale and retail. So I want to pivot. I want not pivot, but I want to change and just start designing my own pieces. So yeah, but one
wow.
step
So
at a time.
what inspired you to say no? I'm gonna stick it out.
Um, when my mom passed away, so a lot of people don't know
Oh,
when
I'm sorry to hear
my
that.
mom passed away. Thank you. My mom passed away during filming. Oh my gosh! And why am I about to cry? Jesus
Oh, I'm
Lord.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So my mom passed away during filming, and I felt like if I had given up, if I just threw in the towel, I would be letting her down because she was my biggest cheerleader. She was like, "You're gonna make it. You like whatever we gotta do." My mom always was in my corner trying to help me figure it out. Even if she didn't have the money financially, she was there mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like my mom used to help me pack up my inventory and the little packaging and separate it. And yeah, so I was like, you know what, I don't want to let my mom down, and I didn't want to let a lot of, because I feel like it's inspirational for other young women seeing, like, because I get a lot of women come in my boutique boutique and tell me like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty in here, like I want to open a business, you, and like, so yeah, I just didn't want to let my mom down. I didn't want to let the, a lot of the young women down, and I just didn't want to let myself down. So I
Period.
kept. So I'm gonna take that Craigslist listing down tonight.
Yeah, take it down.
Cause it's definitely still there. I was like 80 grand, come get it all. Cause I have like over outside of the show, when I said I brought 80 to 100 grand, that's real facts. But what people did not hear and see also, when I came home from LA and during COVID and during like every year from the minute I got into the boutique industry up until this very day, I still was buying. I still was buying. I was like,
Mm,
why the fuck are you buying? And you're not making,
mm,
this. But it was just like, because it's fast fashion, you got to
yeah,
keep up. So I was like,
yeah.
I didn't want people to come on my page or come in my boutique and see shit from 2, 3 months ago. Be like, girl, child, child, she ain't got nothing new, child. That's all old shit. So I kept buying to keep up, and it just
Mm,
kept piling up and piling up. And I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. So I
yeah.
have well over right now to date. I have well over like 300 grand in inventory. And
Oh
I'm
my
just like,
gosh.
yeah, like
Oh my God. Have I know Sharelle linked you up with Fancy. I'm sorry.
maybe I
I
could
seen
dump some stuff
Fancy.
off the Fancy and be like, Fancy, can you sell this for me? And
Exactly.
pay me on the back end.
Fancy is a damn mess. He's so
Oh
funny.
my God, so messy but so sweet.
So funny.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fun. I mean,
yeah,
like,
And he loves Stoni. Like
he
all cameras
does.
aside, they vibe very
We
well. They
got along really good. Like
yeah,
they made it look
yeah.
like that. It was like,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
so
telling
we
Fancy,
didn't.
like, honey, I'm in fast fashion. You're in you high end. Okay,
Yeah.
leave me in my lane. I'm gonna leave you in your lane.
Well, let me say this too. So now because I just want to get more of your background before we just jump into all the filming stuff. So
Okay,
congratulations on Instatique.
thank
Congratulations
you,
on sticking it through.
thank you.
I do
And
want to.
before Stoni, you got a sale this weekend, right?
I do. I'm having an event at the boutique, a
Girl, you gotta
sit
throw
and
that in
shop
there.
and meet and greet. So yeah, you guys come, 50% off the entire store except hair extensions. The hair extensions are not included. I need my coins for that because I know this hair costs, honey. Yeah,
Yeah.
and not Trump talking about these export and importing fees. Or
Yep.
yeah,
Listen.
gotta get yeah.
Listen. Period.
Oh
Period.
my gosh,
I do
yes.
want to talk to you too about. I mean, obviously there is the elephant in the room, which is I don't want to call it a sex tape because that's not what it was. It was revenge.
Revenge porn.
It was
Mhm.
Revenge
revenge,
porn.
right?
Yeah. Those are
Um,
yeah.
Before we even get into that, I know that it was mentioned on the show that you are well. Are you still with Rick Ross or no?
I am not. We are not still together. No, we're very
Okay, so
cordial. We're friends. We have a beautiful daughter. Now we have a beautiful grandchild. So
beautiful.
yeah, we're just one big blended family. Yeah, we're family. Like I'm never going anywhere. We're joined to the hip till we die. He die. Like yeah,
You guys have a good cordial relationship. You
very
guys, okay,
yes, very much so.
okay, good, good, good. What did he think about you being on the show?
We haven't spoken about the show since it
Mhm.
premiered. But I think he's happy and proud of me. I think so. I mean,
Good,
he liked my post yesterday. I wished him a happy birthday. So,
good.
normally if he's mad or if he doesn't like some shit, he will make it very known. But yeah, so we haven't spoken since the show premiered. He kind of really didn't know. I kept it really, really hush. Me and his mom, that which is my mom, I call her mama, but we are like listen, that's
Like
mom.
this.
That's my
Oh,
second. That's my second mother.
Hmm.
So she knew. She knew early on when I was filming the pilot, but no one else. And I was like, Mom, please, because I don't want to. I didn't want him to think. I didn't want him to think it was like on some
You're writing your. I
messiness.
get what you mean.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I get
So
what
I
you
was
mean.
like, it's. And she was like, No, don't worry, I ain't gonna tell nobody. That's how she talks. She's so sweet. She's like, No, I ain't gonna tell nobody. I keep a secret. Hey,
Good,
mama.
good. So okay,
Yeah.
so we have to talk about revenge. What happened to you, which was the revenge porn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um, I vaguely remember this 'cause it was so long ago, but I
Yes.
remember like the This Is 50 saga, and I just
Mhm.
I remember even 50 Cent parading Tia around, and while what was happening with you happened, um,
Mhm.
how was it going through that experience
Whew.
and making it to the other side?
Mm.
Because not many people are able to get a settlement from Curtis Jackson.
Right.
So how did it
Like I
feel
said,
for
all
everybody?
glory to God, honey. When I tell you
Yeah.
God had his hands all over that situation and all over my life. I meant like I have no one else to praise and thank but God because he definitely made that happen. It was like I kept getting confirmations throughout my because it took 7 years. What a lot of people don't know,
Mm.
I filed lawsuit in
It takes
2000.
time.
Yeah, I want to say 2000. If I want to get this right. I haven't. I want to say nine. If not nine, it was 2011. But it took 7 years for us to go to trial. So we went to trial in 2016, and I won um, 2017. Like the
Okay.
trial, everything was over. So, and then I got my settlement either like the ending of 17 going into 2018, something like no 16. It's somewhere in that.
Okay. It just
But
took time.
anyhow,
Yeah.
going through that was it was one of the darkest moments because so let me explain how the sex tape even came about. Um I was dating this guy that lives in New Jersey. It was a long distance relationship. I met him. He was here one weekend in Miami with some friends, and we met and, kept in contact. We started traveling. We started going back and forth. So
Mhm.
the arrangement was he would come and spend a week, 1 month. Out of every month, he would come and spend a week, and then I would go the next month and spend a week. And I don't know if anybody has been or know about long distance relationship, but you have to do different things versus a
Yeah.
physical day
Yeah.
to day
It ain't just
relationship.
long distance. It's everywhere.
And I feel like even when you guys were talking it on about it on the show, Sharelle, like I feel like a lot of the girlies agreed with that. That yeah, like even if
Hmm.
it's not a long distance relationship, you're doing the
Yeah,
Right.
thing.
you doing like I'm real. Listen, I'm real fun. I'm a real fun, spicy, loving, cook clean, all that stuff. Uh, um, Very spontaneous. So yeah, I was trying to keep it spicy, and I did this tape with this guy. Long story short, he cheated on me, and I think what he thought was if he broke up with me because I'm in Miami, it wasn't gonna hurt him as much. But I was like, I cry, we all cry. Like she gonna cry too. Like I'm gonna cry, you gonna cry, she gonna cry, the dog gonna cry. All that's gonna be in here sad, heartbroken, playing violins. So I reached
You
out to
you
her.
are a real Miami bitch.
Yeah, like nah, this ain't going down. Like you ain't finna break up with me in silence and go on and be motherfucking happy with this bitch. And I'm over here heartbroken, all the way millions of miles away. No, 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 that's not how that's going. So I reached out to her, told her what it was. She broke up with him. He got mad because, he's like, oh damn, I done lost two of my damn bitches. Like, I done lost two of my girls. So long story short, when we broke up, the beef was brewing like really badly. And he let a devil latch on to him. He let one of them demonic ass spirits latch on to him. And he took his ass down in the 50s, sold the tape. And because 50 found the tape leverage in the beef, I became collateral damage. And yeah, that young lady that
That's
y'all spoke of
insane.
that's trying to beg and crawl and get on the show, she planted a seed and
Wait,
God
who?
turned it into my good. Yeah,
You gotta
the one
you
that.
gotta say names because we don't want the people to think it's me.
No, you don't have to say it. You
Oh
don't have to
no,
say it. I'll
it's
say
not
it.
Sharelle. It's not Sharelle. I'm talking about the
Okay.
one that's begging and crawling and crying and lying. Talking about Sharelle
So
invited her
Yanti, they
to the
said
party.
your ass was begging and
She
you, because I do remember her doing a series of
she planned.
interviews.
So basically, I'm just sum it up in a nutshell. Spiritually, her hate. She hated me so much. Still to this day, we can see it. She hates me so bad till God turned her hate into my good. So she planted a
Mm,
seed. She was mad at our baby daddy, put him on child support, and ran over there to his enemy, to his op, and thought she was gonna parade around and thought she was gonna do her big one and like, oh, I'm the boo boom, I'm over here.
yeah,
And it was just like, I don't even understand why some women go that route. Cause it's like if you take the man down, then who's gonna take care of the child? Or
Hmm.
I mean, like if you take him down, if you try to tear him down, the empire, him, his money, whatever you're doing, but you begging for child support and you begging for the lifestyle, then who's gonna give you that if you tear him down? Like, how are you gonna get
true,
that, love? Like,
true,
please help me figure this out. So long story
true.
short, she let a demonic spirit latch on her ass too. Went her ass over there parading around with his op, planted a seed. Oh, she's a prostitute. And let me clear that up. Cause I'm not afraid and I don't run for my
Mhm.
truth. Let me clear that fucking rumor up. So what
Yeah,
happened was there was okay, so I did a swimsuit photo shoot for this lady that owned that's what she told me. She told me she needed a chocolate girl for her swimsuit line, right? I do the photo shoot. This lady took the photos and put them in an escort magazine and changed my name. She put a name Brooke underneath my picture. So it's my picture with the name Brooke, but with her number to her escort and company business. So this magazine, I don't know if you guys know here in Miami and strip clubs back then, they had little magazines at the door that you can call escorts when you needed to, get your little rocks off for the little, all the little people, all the men want to be freaky and nasty. So this lady put my picture in this magazine and put Brooke underneath it. She took her ass down there to New York, parading with 50. Oh, she a prostitute. Look at her. Oh my, yeah, he got a baby from this other girl that's a prostitute. And showed 50
so
the magazine and it
That,
planted a
that's why
seed.
he felt like it was cool to just use that as well,
Right. So
because
right.
and
So
that's
when
where that I didn't mean to cut you off, Stony.
no,
And that's
I was
where
gonna say, so that's where we're getting this.
right.
What's
right, right.
Hmm. So
So
that is where I came in, and that was my main thing. It wasn't the sex tape. It was you're in this escort magazine as Brooke. What I don't want to be affiliated. That's and Stony can attest to that. It wasn't about the sex tape.
mhm.
so yeah, because
Yeah, well see the
I
thing
wanted
is
to
like
have,
Because
yeah.
I was like, who is Brooke? Like, I don't know you. You remember that when we was that night we
yeah,
was on the
I
rooftop?
remember. And I think I explained that, but they edited that out. I
Yeah.
explained that. I
So it
explained
made
that
it
on
look
the
like
show.
it was about a sex tape, but the sex tape came later. But of course, you know, for TV, people know Stony. Stony won a big lawsuit, which is huge, against 50 Cent, and it had to be the sex tape that was emphasized on.
Right.
So I'm happy we have all the extended background, because now it leads us to this, which was, so what was the, because now what I'm hearing is the original point of, I guess, dissension between you two. Was it basically this? It was the escort claims? Like, what was the bottom line that made you, Sharelle, say, hey, like, I don't want to be affiliated with this? Like, what was the bottom line to that?
So before, as you know, Jess, before you start a full TV show, there's a pilot, right? And I didn't know who Stony was. Stony didn't know who I was. I think she just knew me from selling Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And so of course we all do our research. Okay, who is this person? Who is this person? We all was doing it. So I go to Stony page, and I was like, okay, she owned a clothing store, and then I see all my friend pictures, and so do you remember this conversation? And I was like, why do you have my friend pictures? I was
Because
like,
I
you
was
know,
stealing pictures. Like I said, I didn't take this shit serious. It was a
right,
pivot moment. And girl, in the
and
boutique world, we do that. And
right.
it ain't
So,
cool, but it's done. And
so,
I own it. And I
but
told you,
that
I
was
was like, hey,
you
I
did, you
know,
owned
hey,
it,
maybe if you could, I even told Portia, I was like, well, girl, come work for me, help me out. Shit, the fuck, like. I don't know what I'm doing. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. Girl, I'm supposed to be signing leases and putting young black beautiful women and whoever, Caucasian women, all the women, and to get a suite so they could do whatever they want to do. This was not what I was supposed to be doing.
right?
But
And she admitted to it, and we had this what we had. But I think where Stoni was like, okay, this bitch came for me about her friend taking pictures, and Stone after we finished our pilot, that's when it got around. Hey, the girl Stoni, she's trying to get tea on you. She's asking about your relationship. She's trying to find out as much dirt as possible. I'm like, shit, why the fuck she trying to get tea on me? So
this
we
bitch,
have,
I'm
we
like,
have,
what? This bitch done came here
So
in my city and trying to sit me down. Like, what?
so,
Oh my God.
wait.
Like,
So is there truth to that, Stony? Like, were you feeling some type of way because okay, Brooke, the escort, became a thing, and so were you feeling like, okay,
no,
bitch,
that
I
no,
got,
this
I
was
got
before but this was before I knew information. So this the beginning of the story. The Instagram pictures is
okay,
the book is later on
okay.
because I didn't know about it right then and there. But go ahead,
So
Stony.
at what point, Stony, were you like, okay, I'm gonna find dirt on her because
I mean,
I don't feel like what?
it was when she started saying like, "Oh, I don't want to be affiliated with you. You are escort," and I'm like,
No, no, no. We
I'm
didn't
not."
talk about the escort until during the pilot
Oh, right. No, okay, yeah, we didn't talk about that
because I didn't know about you
until we started filming
about.
the show. The pilot was the pictures, right?
Mhm.
So, okay, so what was the question again?
Okay, at what point? Because Sharelle says that she came into some information that you were trying to dig up dirt on her. So at what point were you doing that? What sparked that for you?
Um. Okay, so during the pilot, the sex tape did come up. Not the Brooke thing, but the sex tape thing came up, and she
But
was
I
like,
didn't bring it up.
Okay, so who brought it up?
I can't. It wasn't me because I think you and Portia got into an argument about something. Y'all was going
right, but
back
we
and
got
forth.
into it about the pictures, but then somebody mentioned the sex tape because I
I
threw
don't.
I threw a balloon. I threw a balloon. I don't know. I can't remember because. Yeah, I wouldn't just normally like go and be like, okay, let me find. But so
I
yeah,
don't
when
think
I
the
said
sex
okay, so
tape came up though during the pilot because we were arguing about the Instagram, and I was telling you shouldn't. You remember I was like you shouldn't steal pictures from another black woman, a small business. Like this, is my friend.
right, I
She works
remember
hard.
that. I remember that.
That's where we were going at it.
So
But I
my
didn't. Yeah,
thing
but see,
is
I didn't start
who
digging until we started filming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't start digging until we started filming. I didn't start
Mhm.
trying to find out what was going. I mean, who you was until filming. I'm like, who this bitch is? On came to Miami, think she finna sit me down and act like. I'm like, no, okay, let me see what's going on with her background. Like, I'm like, okay, well, she done did a resume check on me. Let me do a resume check on her. So that was really all it was. It wasn't me like trying to honestly be messy. I just felt like, um, let me find something to defend myself because I'm getting attacked about things that's I mean, like outside of the pictures was so that happened so long ago.
so when you let me ask you this. Did you all know each other prior to filming?
No.
No. The
No.
only person I did know of and had seen frequently was MJ because her and my daughter hung out a lot. Now I saw MJ in passing. We never hung out and like did anything until we started filming. But I was seeing her like her and my daughter started like have been hanging out for the last like 3 years because they linked, in that world. But yeah, I didn't know any of the women going in, none of them. And I went in very blinded because I wanted to give everybody the benefit of the doubt to show me who you are, because that's really how I maneuver, because I know how it feels to walk in a room and no one knows you, but they know your name, they know of you, they know you, and to judge you right off. So I didn't want to go in with a preconception of anyone. I wanted them to show me who they were, like, from their first impression.
I'm gonna
So
be
I didn't.
honest. I think when we got to start to the filming, it was enough like drama, like going back and forth. Because I'm gonna be honest, I did hear things from one of the other castmates who, potential castmates who didn't make it when they were cool. That came back and was like, she's starting stuff about you. She's talking about you. I think it was a little. I'm gonna be honest. It was back and forth. I can admit, okay, if she talking shit, trying to find tea on me, I'm gonna find tea on her. Like
Okay.
that's what it is. And that's normal. That's anybody would do that. So now that we're filming, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be prepared for what you have to come for me at. So
Okay.
of course, nobody we didn't want to talk about the sex tape because at the end of the day, it's revenge porn. Like I said, I hate that we had to discuss the sex tape. And Stoni, I have apologized to her numerous times. Like, so I feel like Stoni is an amazing person, but it had to be delivered. And she we talked to each other before it was even discussed that, hey, the sex tape got to come up. So,
Yes.
but I feel like there were times where things were coming back at late times when we were trying to get information earlier in before the show started filming, where it was coming back late. So it's causing real friction between us. Like, I'm side eyeing you, like, bitch, I don't know. So that's where the realness came, where I was hesitant about being around Stoni.
Stoni, did you ever feel that you were castrated from the group because of, the escort claims, the revenge porn? Like, did you feel like you were castrated because of that? Or do you feel like it was something else?
No, I felt like, because the women felt like, oh, she has this sex tape, I don't want to be affiliated with her. But again, they didn't have the backstory. They just were listening to rumors or Googling or, seeing what was on the internet. And instead of coming to me directly and saying, like, okay, well, what's the deal with this? Why is this being said, or why is this being seen? Like, why are they saying, you're at this?
Did any of the girls come to you and say that? Like, at any point, did any of the girls come to you and say, hey, Stone, can I get your side of the story?
And that's where I feel like that's where I was wrong. And I talked to Stoni about, like, I should have came to you as a woman. Like, we're supposed to support each other and pull you to the side, not, being in a big crowd, even though we were all talking about it. And I know how humiliated she felt when during that scene. Like, I did not like looking at it. And we had talks about it. Like, it was wrong. And Stoni, I'm saying it again, like, I apologize for bringing up the sex tape and revenge porn. Revenge porn.
Yes.
Revenge porn. I apologized about it because she was humiliated. So
very much so.
And it's not right. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand on and apologize for what she had to go through during that time.
Thank you.
Was I wrong about everything? No. But that part I was definitely wrong about.
Sharelle has said that she's apologized to you. We saw even like towards the end of the show, you guys did have a moment where Sharelle apologized to you. I think you apologized too, just for the friction between you both. Have any of the other young ladies came and said, hey, you know what? I was wrong about this.
No.
I don't think but she wasn't mistreated by the other ladies.
Were you mistreated by anybody, Stoni?
No. I mean, some comments were made, but whatever. I didn't take it personal, but no.
It's just like, okay, throwing shade.
Yeah, it was just like a little shade here. I was like, girl, listen, oh my gosh. Like, and then like, I really was like emotionally, like at one point, I was just emotionally drained from losing my mom that I just didn't even want to deal with. I'm like, girl, listen, I let the shade literally roll off my back.
Wait, Stoni, let's clear this up because we don't want people to think we were towards the end. We had already made up when your mom passed away.
Yes.
So I don't
Yes,
want
we
people to
did.
think that we're
Right.
coming at
Yes.
you when, during the death of your mom. That's
Right.
not.
So, but what I'm saying is like, I was just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't, when bitches I've been used, I'm like, I've been shaded all my life. Like, girl, please. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a child of God. I'm favored, honey. Like,
Mm-hmm.
shading me is like shading God. Like, if you don't like me, then you must have a problem with Jesus, because I mean,
But
I'm
I
definitely
honestly
God.
don't think it was light. Not being light had nothing to do with it. Like I said before, there was previous like catty beef before we even started filming, and it got to a point where okay, it was like we both signed on each other because I'm not gonna play victim. Like I had wrongdoings, and Stoni, I don't if you want to admit you had wrongdoings as well. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
how
like, yeah, I was saying, yeah, but I was shading, like, I was definitely shading once. I was like, okay, well, this is what we doing. Like, okay, well, hey, like, yeah, I definitely said some shit that,
Mm-hmm.
was personal that I probably shouldn't have spoke on, but yeah,
Let me
I
ask
mean,
you
like,
this. Let me ask you this because from the viewer's point, and Sharelle and I, we talked about this at the top before you came in.
Mhm.
From the viewers, especially
mm-hmm,
from dark-skinned women,
mm-hmm,
when we look at you, you were described with certain words. Like there was a
Mhm.
moment where you were called like a hoodlum, right? But then
mm-hmm.
you have
I think it was
MJ
hood rat. I think it was hood rat. She
Was
hood
said.
rat.
it not
Okay.
I thought it
Mm-hmm,
was hoodlum.
Well,
mm-hmm,
one of the hoods. You were saying you used hood, but
Mhm.
you had your incident happen almost like 15 years ago, almost.
mm-hmm,
And then you
mm-hmm,
have MJ, who is, I mean, respectfully, she's doing hoodlum shit right now. And so if
Mhm.
the viewers are watching this, especially like
mm-hmm.
dark skinned girls, when they're watching it, they're looking at you and saying, well, what is it that sets her aside from MJ, for instance? I know Sharelle has said, well, what, MJ, that's my agent. She's under my wing. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
know, when you see those types of comments, what do you feel? Do you feel like we're just seeing things? Do you feel like that was not your experience? Or do you feel that, yes,
Um,
MJ did play a part?
So I think from my perspective, looking at it as a viewer and not as a cast member, I think it was more so like being called that came from a like not a colorism standpoint. I think it came from like a class rate. Like, okay, I've worked so hard to be
Hmm.
here, and girl, I don't want to associate myself with you because you're still doing this. And it's just like, no,
I
babe,
think
like
we was going back and forth because you was like pussy pop patrol, the pussy pop patrol, like that
what
did not a lot
happened?
of stuff got
That was
edited.
after y'all. That was after
No,
you called me a
you
damn
was you was
escort, bitch. I'm like,
you
well,
was
I'm not. I'm
you
first
was
of all,
walking
I'm
out.
not
You
an
was walking out.
escort.
Y'all pussy pop patrol, pussy just hollering out on top
Yeah,
of the
because I'm
rooftop.
like, well, I'm
And
because
I
I'm
was
trying
like,
to
you
figure
can't be
out because I'm trying to figure out like why we clocking something I did with my poom poom so long ago, and I'm being and no one put like you did not pull me to the side and say like, hey, why is this being said? Why like how did this tape get released? Like how's it? You just went in like, oh, you're an escort. I don't want to be affiliated. What I'm
I
like,
didn't
well,
say you
damn,
was
bitch, you
I
talking about
said alleged I said allegedly. I said you have a bad I said you
and
allegedly
allegedly,
allegedly.
y'all the
You
people,
know,
y'all
listen,
was
Stony ass
y'all
be
was
quick to sue now. Stony go one thing Stony go do is take your ass to court. I said allegedly you have a bad reputation and
mm,
this is what's going on. That's why I'm skeptical about hanging with you.
right, but you gave me no. You gave me
You're
no
right
ground to
though.
stand on. You gave me no ground. You like the
Okay.
moment you met me, you was like, honey, no.
No,
I'm
it was
like,
not Stony.
I guess that's how Sharelle, that's how she
Right.
registers it. Now
No,
you guys
listen.
are in a better place. Obviously, you
Right.
guys have made peace.
yes.
But I think that what Stoni is saying is initially, yes, she did feel like, well, damn, like she doesn't feel that it was a colorism thing. Both of you have experienced things that we didn't see,
Mhm.
so she doesn't feel that. We
Right.
viewers may feel that. I just want to be clear. Viewers
Right.
may feel that, and I still feel as a viewer, the way it was portrayed, it is
Right.
very valid for viewers
Mhm.
to watch the show and think, wow, colorism is very loud on this show. However,
Mhm.
comma, the viewers did not have your experience. And from what
Right.
you all are saying is that wasn't it. However, too, what Stoni is saying is she felt that it was like, a classist thing. Like, okay, well, I'm still coming up. You all are kind of more established. And so she felt like, okay, damn, like she was on the outside. How have you
Yeah.
guys, how have you worked to make her,
And
I guess,
not to cut you off, but I think, and maybe Sharelle can, back me up or put her input in it as well. I think that came from the athlete girlfriends and wives versus the rapper and
okay.
entertainer wives. I think that's really what I don't know. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Sherelle. I think
I think
that's
there were
really
it were cliques because the athlete wives hang together, and then the rapper wives or girlfriends or baby mamas hang together. So it's like you did have your cliques on the show.
Okay. So
yeah.
that's what it was. It was,
Mhm.
we're the athlete wives.
It,
Y'all,
we didn't take it like that. It just felt like that because
okay.
we hung together before there were any cameras.
Girl, we're a blended family. We all go through the same shit. We all get cheated
That's
on. We
true.
all get, they all travel and leave us home with the kids, and we all,
That's true.
drive Bentleys and race, and but it's just like sometimes the I think what it is like those women, they come off a little more polished and a little more like, I'm gonna eat my cheese and crackers. What, you're eating
Okay.
chicken wings in the strip club? Oh my gosh. You're
So
eating
you can't.
chicken
She
You
wings?
has a point. She has a point
Yeah,
though.
so it's like
She has a
we're
point.
eating we're eating,
Because we
crustless
we have
sandwiches.
to
We're
be
eating
honest.
crustless sandwiches, and you guys are eating chicken wings in a strip club. Oh my god!
right, baby.
Like,
I eat chicken wings in a strip club
but
now.
then we be seeing y'all ass in the strip club too, with chicken wings in y'all fucking hands,
Exactly.
throwing up singles too. So I think
Yeah.
that's where the like, oh my god, like, cause the rapper girlfriends or wives or whatever you want to say, the entertainer girlfriends and
Mhm.
wives versus the sports. It's like they're a little more groomed because they have, the footballs have agents and they have,
Okay.
big programs that groom the men, and then when they meet a wife or a girlfriend, they groom them as well. Versus
Okay.
rappers, we just go, girl, we be backstage and we be, like,
It'd be the
we go wherever
trenches.
we go wherever the entertainer goes. Like, we just go with the wind, we go with the flow. So I think that's kind of like maybe what Sharelle meant or was coming from when
Okay.
she said that, because I didn't feel like it was a colorism thing. I just felt like, she's like, okay, we're here, and child, what are you guys doing over there? Yeah, we don't
That's
want to do
funny.
that.
You know damn well. A lot of this was pumped up TV.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely,
let
absolutely. I,
let's
I
talk
I will agree
about
to that. Yes, it
let's
was
talk
that.
about stuff being pumped up for TV. I did see a post that you made the other day, Stony. I think it was like from a live. I saw like some other pages pick it up, but
Hmm.
you were apologizing to No Jules. Now,
Yes, yes,
I
I was.
need to understand first and
I was,
foremost.
because okay, so I apologize to Jules, and my apology still stands because I feel like, so I was blinded by that whole scene. I did not know this young lady, and I feel like, certain things were done to antagonize her, and then I felt like because I was oblivious to what was going on, and that girl was there to stir the pot with Sharelle as well. Now that I found out, because
Mhm.
and that got edited out too, and even in my live, I said it, but the blog only picked up, me apologizing to Jules. That young lady came to stir up the pot with, now that I know, a few people, and She was
For
talking
what?
shit about Sharelle. She was talking shit about Sharelle at the bar. Like, I don't know if you guys saw. I asked her, "Who are you?" And then she said, and when in with her in saying who she was, she started popping shit like, "Oh yeah, I used to work at Allure, and yeah, I didn't grow and all this mess." So I'm looking at her like, well, who the fuck are, like, I'm looking around at Alexis. I'm looking over here at, the people. I'm like, who is this girl and what is she talking about? And she's like, and then all of a sudden she went straight to, oh well, yeah, I'm here to confront Yes Jules, and she's a coach of Ocean. I'm like looking at MJ
Wait,
like,
so she said this to you first before she talks to No Jules?
yes, on yes, they edited that out. So in that scene where you see us, I'm introducing my best friend and her to everybody. She said what she said about Sharelle, like, oh, I used to work at Allure, and yeah, I didn't grow, and she made it seem like Sharelle was like this boss, like this mean bitch. I mean, like mean boss, like this boss that just
I
wasn't
barely
allowing
even
people to
interacted
grow.
with her.
Right. And then when she said that, she went into, oh yeah, and then yeah, I'm gonna confront Yes Jules because yeah, I don't like what she said, and I think she's a culture vulture. So I immediately looked to MJ. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, and then
So
like
is that why
walking,
y'all? Is that why there was like the awkward chatter at the table? Because
yes,
it kind of, because here's the thing.
yes.
Here's the thing. I've
Because I
said this.
didn't want to, I'm like, first of all, I don't like speaking on things I don't know about. So, it was like, yeah, ask her, like, like, what is she trying to say to Jules? What is she trying to confront? So it was like, they wanted a setup to go into the culture vulture. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I'm not going to be asking and,
I'll
asking
pause
people.
right there because I did hear when I stayed around. I think you left Stony after that whole fight broke out. I
Yeah, I was
think
upset.
Kania was mad at Jules because before we started filming, Jules came up to Kania and from what Kania said, she looked her up and down. What you doing here? You must be extra. It
Oh,
was
see,
just
and
like
I didn't know any of
that's how
that.
Kania. It was like her demeanor of
I
how
heard
she
that
said it.
afterwards. I heard that
Mhm.
like the next day when I spoke to Jules to
So
check on her.
So
But
when
I
you
didn't know
standing
any
over
of that.
someone and what you doing here, you must be extra. And Jules have a raspy, manly voice, so it's like it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So basically, Kania and Jules had an interaction that
Before
wasn't
filming,
that
that was
wasn't
not. Mm-hmm.
that was not pleasing. Now, I will say, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. That ass whooping was ancestral. I don't care what nobody say. That ass whooping has been chasing Jules for years. Okay, because that woman has definitely crossed the line multiple times. But I think in the scope of the show, I guess we're not understanding all the nuances. And then when I see you apologizing to her, I'm wondering why. Like, why are you apologizing to her, Stoni?
Right. So again, like I said, I apologize to her because in the scene, it came off like I didn't know what was going on. I was oblivious, and it looked like I intentionally was bringing her to the table to be attacked, and I didn't like that because that is not what it was at all. So yeah, I didn't want her to feel like I was a part of the shits because I ain't with the shits.
Let me ask you a question, because you were at the table when No Jules asked that black woman, "What does she do for her culture?"
Mm-hmm.
What did you
I
think
was
about that?
I was like, no, she didn't. I was like,
Right?
I was
Like,
like, no, the fuck, she did not just say this. But yeah, I was taken aback.
right.
I was
So,
taken
I mean,
aback.
again, violence is, listen, I've said I threw a bottle on reality television. Okay. So
Yeah.
like violence is never the answer, but
Hmm.
it just looks like there were things that were said while they were sitting down, and then there was a hand in the face, and then somebody hit first, which was, according to what we see, the
Yep.
first hit was from No Jules. Again,
Yes.
I'm not saying it's right, y'all. I'm not saying that she's right or wrong. I'm just, from what I was looking at, I'm looking at the things that were said and then the actions that were taken, and even that afterwards, No Jules said, yeah, and my hair is real. So I think just for me, when we're talking about culture vulture, and you said you don't understand that, do you understand like those two statements that she made? Do you understand that that is not it for a white woman to say?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
absolutely understand that
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just feel like, because I understand why you are apologizing, but again, I just feel like also that just was out of line for her to say to a Black woman. That's just where I stand from that. As a viewer, I'm just like, yeah, no.
Because them Caucasian women wear extensions too. They my top customers, honey. European hair and wigs, please.
And I think that a lot of people go in on. I think a lot of people go in, but calling somebody a bitch too is a fighting word.
It's a fighting word.
Absolutely.
It's putting your hands and calling somebody in their face a bitch. No, what you call it? No Jules call her a bitch, and Camille was going back and forth. So
right. So again, I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong in that, but I am saying there were certain things that No Jules said that I just, as a Black woman, I just was like, no, ma'am. So fast forward now, we're at the end of filming. You all have made up, but then Stormy, you came back.
Stoni.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Stoni,
you come back. You come back and you say that you say a couple things about Chad and Sharelle. So were you guys at a good place then? Because I thought y'all had reached a good place. So what?
Yes. Yes, we were at a good place.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
We were at a good place. I think I was just giving Sharelle a little bit of what she had given me early on, and I was like, okay, why not? You know, one of those things. And I mean, initially, I like Sharelle. I do. I like all of the women on the show. And again, it's none of my business. It was brought to me, and you know, as we can see and know, like her choice of significant other is not so, reputation is not so good in these Miami streets. I'ma just keep it real. Listen, hear me out. As her, you know, as growing and trying to, you know, establish a friendship, I'm like, do this girl know? You know what, maybe it ain't my business. Let me just put it right here, and you know, like whatever she want to do with it.
I'm like, damn, Stoni, at my event, we're gonna talk about this.
At the event,
that was payback. That was payback. That was her payback because I called her out and
a little petty child, you know, like, girl, honey.
Honestly, I don't care what nobody else says. I'm here for the mess. I love the entertainment. It was messy too.
Oh, baby, let me tell you, Stoni still ain't stopped throwing shade. She still listen. I come to the premiere party. She come up with the jacket that I tried on at her boutique. She walk in the door. I said, "Well, hey, Stoni, what you call it? And what you said? Hey,
Sharelle DeVille.
Where you 101 Dalmatian at?"
Yes.
She talking about.
Because you know when I looked at this, because again, I don't know if they know TV. We don't get to see the show until everybody's like, when y'all see it is when we see it. I binge listen. The show dropped at 3 a.m. What people don't know, it dropped at 3 a.m. on the 22nd, right? The premiere was that night at 8 o'clock. I set my damn alarm clock and woke the hell up out my sleep at 4 a.m. and I binge watched all, because I was like, I need to see what these peppers and I need to see what's going on, what they said about me. So if I need to, So when I saw the scene come together, because I was there, I know what was said. And when I saw how they put it all together, I was like,
"Hey, this some shit."
Yeah,
I think we always like
the jacket. Bitch, you like the jacket until
no, didn't like the jacket.
Come on, let's just put it on fire. Oh my God, just put on match to do it. I can't look at it. They're like, nah. Like, what? Sissy, you
You,
sit your damn ass down so
you
fucking
know,
much.
you know what
I
you know
like
what
real fur. I do too, fancy, but I'm selling this shit right now, okay? Come get it, girls. Like, it looks like real fur.
I
It's
did
a
like the
beautiful fur.
jacket. Listen,
It's
I
something
you
you
know I
love
don't
like real
talk
fur.
about the jacket.
I
Yeah,
will say
so
this. I feel Stoni, I feel like you and Sharelle give Nene and Kim Zolciak. I don't know if you
oh
guys are
wait, oh
familiar.
Kim.
I'm
Oh
Nene,
you
baby.
Kim.
No, you can.
Oh you Kim.
Yes,
I'm
you
definitely Nene,
can.
honey.
I'm Nene,
You're
boo boo.
Kim. You
No,
Kim.
you
So that means I gotta
can.
pull your hair set season 2. I gotta pull your hair out.
Baby.
Then he say, don't make me pull this. Then he wanted to pull that wig so
Y'all,
bad. She tugged on that damn wig. She was like,
the fact that nobody wants to be Kim is crazy.
girl,
But
hey
I
Kim.
feel like let me say this. I feel like you guys is dynamic. It gives like, okay, y'all can get messy, but also you guys can make up in a minute. And so
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah. Because ain't
and
no reason to
so
be in.
Look, I apologized to Stoni off camera and I sent her a long text and she was like,
She
Sharelle, I
did.
ain't got time for this bullshit now. You like, because I invited her to my event and I was like, Stoni, like I really want you to come.
Listen. My God was. I was like, girl, is this what we did? Girl, what is this? Is this real?
I said, no,
Are you
this
trying
some
to
serious shit.
set up a trap?
No,
I was like, girl, what the? I did say that.
no,
I said,
but
"Hey,
honestly, I hate that we had to go through that, and I'm glad it's over. I hope and pray that we do get a season 2. People if support and finish it because I really do want to show like the funny side. Like when we really together, it's
yes,
like some real funny shit. Stony funny, I'm funny. We throw shade at each other, but we know how to respect each other boundaries.
absolutely, absolutely,
yeah. So you guys are in a good space.
yes.
It
What do
still be
you
shade
hope?
thrown between us, but we're in a good space.
Fun
What do
shade,
you
fun
hope
shade.
like?
It's only fun shade.
What do you hope people? I guess like learn from the both of you ultimately, and what do you hope that you get to showcase for the next season?
You want to
I
go
can go
first?
first.
Or?
I just
Okay.
want people to learn, we can have our differences, but
Agree to
don't
disagree.
take it agree to disagree, or even disagree to and don't fuck with each other. But at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, we're still Black women. We know how to come together. I think this whole thing was about communication and learning how to
Absolutely.
better communicate, taking
Yeah.
different avenues. So even though it looks bad, it's showing like we can come together. We communicated with each other, and we know how to still support each other because there are times where Black women do argue and they hate each other for life. There's no growth between it, and I feel like at the end of the day, we're showing growth between each other. Whether
Absolutely.
we hate how it started off, but we us as two grown women successful business owners came back together, and it's
Yeah.
not for show, it's not for clout because we both have daughters, and we don't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
We know how to have a conversation, come back together, and make amends with each other.
Make amends.
Absolutely.
What
Yes.
do you say, Stoni?
So yes, I agree with Shara. What I want people to gather and see on season 2, or just know, take from me is, yeah, don't give up. And I'm a girls, and I'm a like girl power, Black girl magic, all of that. Like we can help each other, and build each other up and be queens all in the same room. We don't have to like, oh, I'm the queen and you're a peasant or you're a worker. Like we all can be in a room wearing our crowns and helping each other. And if one crown tilts, like, okay, let me show you your crown, girl. Like, I know you ain't going through a good patch right now, but I got your back and I'm here for you. And if you need, me to talk, if you need help, whatever, I'm here. And yes, that's what I want people to see and gather from seeing me and seeing the show and seeing Sharelle, because yeah, ultimately that's what it is. Like it's a sisterhood. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's a
And
sister.
the first season showed us, meeting each other. So if we do get a second season, I feel like it will show our true colors of who we are and how we can unite with each other together. It'll show the fans, because the first season it's like, I don't know you, you don't know me, but we're gonna figure this shit out whether we like each other or not.
Right.
Yeah. Agreed. How about the rest of the cast, Sharelle? I mean, some of the girls, I'm sorry, not you, Sharelle, my bad, Stoni. I feel like some of the girls, I've seen them reach out to you. I see that you guys are like talking on socials, Are you in a good space with everyone?
I am. I'm in a good space with everybody. I mean, like, I don't have no smoke, no beef. Yeah, because I don't eat beef, first of all, so I ain't got no beef with nobody. Yeah, So yeah, honey, I'm good over here. Like, I love all the ladies. I really do. Like I said, I'm a girl's girl. Like, I want everybody to win. I'm one of those women. Like, I don't want to be the only friend that is up or that's thriving. Like, I want to be able to call my friends and say, "Girl, meet me at the Chanel store," and then I want my friends to be able to call me and say, "Oh my God, I brought you a Rolls Royce. Come outside right now. It's fucking."
Girl, where the friends at?
Right here. Like, yeah, girl. We gonna be buying each other Rolls Royces next season. Watch this shit. Because you're gonna be selling them $1 million homes.
She said you the friend, Sharelle. She said you the friend.
Yeah, you about to sell these $1 million homes. You and I'm about to sell all and open up multiple boutiques. Yeah,
Period.
girl. Call you and be like, "Girl, listen, you know what? I brought you a damn come outside, girl. Come see this shit." Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to see that you guys are in a good place. I think that, there's a lot of discussion around the show, and those discussions are going to continue. But I just want to encourage both of you that online discussions are one thing. I can guarantee you, no one will ever come up to you and say any of the things that are hurtful to you guys on socials. You will never receive that in real life. I think that sometimes, social media can really, really shine a light on the people who don't receive you well. And while a lot of the criticism is valid, I think that it's good to just take it as constructive criticism, move on. You guys saw where, you maybe fell short in some instances. And now when you move on to the next season, you know what's expected of you. You have a big responsibility, obviously, to represent Black women on television. And I want people to know, like, Black women are human beings. Black women fall short. Black women make mistakes sometimes. It doesn't mean that we just ostracize them and say no more. You can hold Black women accountable and say, you know what? Okay, you fell short this season. Season 2, we're rooting for you to do better. That's where I stand, and I feel that
do better, Sharelle. Do better, Sharelle.
Do better, Estonia.
Okay, I will.
Listen, they play with you in the edit room. That's all I'm gonna say. Right?
No, they did not. Oh, no.
Well, listen. Speaking of the editing room,
girl, no. All my little reads. I was reading Sharelle ass. I told.
Yeah, they favored you.
No. You was smart, bitch, because you said it in your green screen, so you know that the editing was limited in there. I was reading Sharelle ass, okay? And
we didn't see none of that.
They edit all my reads out. I was like, oh, bitch, no. I was like, you know what? Let me get some credits, because I gotta get some some production credits or something, because they edit. I was reading her, y'all. Like, so
but we didn't see it.
But at the end of the day, it's not about a read. I meant, like, yeah, but I was snapping back, but they made me look like,
I know you was snapping back. I heard everything.
Yeah, but that edited was making me look like a little weakling. Like my own daddy called me and was like, "I don't know, baby. Now they look like they poke you on this." I said, "Daddy."
Stoni, I love Pops. Pops is my right hand man.
Listen, my daddy would crack a joke on anybody's expense. He don't care who the hell. He would talk about his own. He would talk about my own grandmother, his own mama. He like, "Baby, I don't know now."
I don't get your shit together, because I ain't raised no Pop.
Exactly. He surely did.
I will say this,
but that editing made me look like that. But listen, Sharelle, no.
But the editing made me look like like I was just a
bitch.
Well, let me tell you what was not edited. This live wasn't edited, and I know y'all didn't get a reunion. I know y'all didn't get a reunion, but we're gonna treat this like the WAGS to
We
Riches
need
reunion.
one. Yeah, we need one. Sharelle, we need we need
What
a
you telling
reunion.
me? I don't have a say so over that. Just
No,
listen.
she don't.
Because I'm tired of people coming for me.
Well,
You
why
don't.
can we do our own? Can we like just put it together and go live, y'all? And
I mean,
we all just dress up and be like, okay, bitch. No.
listen, I do. I do the
Girl,
Daddy podcast.
you have the Humble Baddies podcast on the Shay Shay Network.
Yes.
Why don't you do?
Let me get Shay Shay. Let me see if Shay Shay Media want to bring us on and do a quick little reunion.
Yeah, a reunion. Yeah, tell him he got all that money over there, honey. Put this reunion
And
together.
period.
Shay Shay, honey, come put this reunion together, love. We need a reunion. We know Chad your friend,
Listen,
but honey,
if they didn't give you a reunion, let them know Jessie Woo had the reunion tonight. We did have our little version of the WAGS to Riches reunion, and I'm really happy that both of you guys showed out for each other. I'm happy that you guys have mended things. And again, people are going to be watching the show. Some people are going to watch the show for the first time today, and they're going to come
in on that Stoni train.
Listen, we're gonna come in.
Stoners,
and Sharelle.
hey Stoners,
listen, the Stoners coming at me.
Listen,
okay, Stoners, y'all can calm down now. Y'all ain't got to stone her. Don't stone her so hard. Don't stone her so hard. Y'all can put the stones down now.
But listen, some people are gonna watch it for the first time. They're going to come in you guys' comments. And again, I just want to encourage both of y'all. This is very brief. It is a very brief time. And in real life, nobody will come up to you and say anything negative. It will always be, can I get a picture? Can I come to the boutique? Where the boutique at? It will always be that. Just know, even when you fall short, you're still inspiring people some way, somehow.
That's true.
Y'all are on Netflix.
You. Yes.
Y'all are on fucking Netflix. Please understand what the fuck is going on. Like, y'all are on Netflix. Y'all on Netflix, okay? Y'all are in the top 10. Like, please, this is a success. And so take the things that you fell short at, and then next season you come in bigger, stronger, and better. I'm rooting for y'all. Everybody that I know is rooting for y'all. And I want to thank both of you guys. Before we go, can you let everybody know like where to follow you guys, what y'all got going on, so we can support?
Okay, so Instateek. On Instagram, Instateek __ Stoni _stone _ on Instagram. I just made a Twitter, so Stoni _ stone on Twitter as well. Insta hairs, Instateek, come on up here, 5901 Northwest 183rd, Suite 265. Listen, don't come up with that fuck shit and that crazy and that weirdness now, okay? Because I got a gun. I gotta get Sharelle, tell them what I said on the scene.
I'm about to go to the car and get my gun. I ain't got time for this shit.
I have a license to kill, guys, so don't come up here with that mess.
I gotta deal with y'all.
Come up here to Drink Bel Air, buy, shop, and take a picture, get you some hair extensions, and and Sharelle gonna sell you $1 million home because we finna get these coins.
Period. That's Sharelle, right. That's right.
Oh, Sharelle, I'm on TikTok too. I'm on TikTok too. Instateek on TikTok. Yeah, all that. Now I don't know how to run it all quite, y'all. Y'all give me some grace with that, because as she say, I'm old.
No, I never called you old. I never called you old. I just said grandma because you what? But you what's the terminology? You're not a girl.
Mama Poo. Mama Poo. Hey PJ. Mama. Hey SJ.
You're grandma. You're grandma.
No, I'm a Mama Poo. It's Mama Poo.
Okay,
I'm a Mama Poo. They call me Mama Poo. Mama Poo, Mama Poo. Yes, so I'm a Mama Poo. I love my babies. I'm proud of it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Yes.
See, this is what I need to see next season.
Yes.
Producers, production. This is what I need to see. This banter. I need to see more of that next season. Black women can be on a reality show. Yes, it can be mess, but there can also be a whole lot of fun bantering, and that's what I want to see. What I experienced in this live, I did not see that on the show.
I know.
That is what I want to see. I want to see fun shade. I want to see light shade. I want to see
Yes.
like adventures. That's what we want to see. Y'all got the coin. Y'all got the coin. Y'all are literally one step ahead of a lot of these other ensemble shows because y'all got the coin. Y'all are in Miami. Now we want to see the fun shade. We want to see the adventures. We want to see y'all doing shit that is fabulous. So production, Netflix, that's what we want to see next season. Okay. Sharelle, let people know how to support.
Y'all can follow me at Sharelle Rosado _ Twitter, Sharelle Rosado. Listen, I've been clapping back on my Twitter. Let me go back and get to that.
I'm scared of Twitter. I have a page, but I don't know. Twitter, I heard Twitter is
it's for the thick skin. You gotta come ready for Twitter because you got Twitter is not sensitive. It's not for the Stoni, you'll fit right in on Twitter, baby.
Do threads. I like threads.
Listen, don't be afraid to clap back because I be clapping back.
Hey, that's the thing. I don't be having time for that, girl. I'm on the
listen, it's a little time. Sometimes when I'm waiting on something, I'm still because the money's still coming in, but I got 5 minutes to do a little.
People said we want to see trips. Yes, we want to see.
Yes, so the amazing thing, I do have a big development project in St. Martin, 12 waterfront villas. They're already up. 3 of them are up. So hopefully, if we do get a season 2, we can see that.
I come over there. I need to buy one of those, girl, because I'm planning on moving out the country to retire. So I just started a brokerage in Turks and Caicos. So hopefully, we can experience that. Congratulations! Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there are amazing things that we can see outside of, the U.S. So,
period. Well, ladies, I'm so thankful. Everybody that tuned in, please make sure that you like this live. Make sure that you share it so all of the folks who watch WAGS to Riches can see it. I want to thank both of y'all. This was a very mature conversation. It gave a lot of context. And I'm proud of both of you. I'm excited to see where this goes. I am hoping and praying that you guys get a season 2 because I would like to see it. And if y'all do a cash trip to St. Martin, I'm coming. I ain't got no camera, but I need to be down to St. Martin.
Yes. St. Martin and Turk.
Yes.
Thank you
again. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me, Jess.
Thank you,
Jess. Appreciate it.
Love y'all.
Love you guys too. Thank you so much.
And they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jesse,